Hey, howdy folks, whoever's joining in, feel free to type in chat. Please like, share, all that jazz. And I am starting the cover to my very first, will be my very first comic. And I will be, eventually, once the book is complete, I have, I think, 15 out of the 30 pages already roughed. And as soon as I'm done with the book, I will be putting it out on a crowdfunding like Indiegogo and possibly Kickstarter as well. So this is my first video of me working on the book. I'll probably run about an hour since it's kind of late working on the pencils right now. Lady Celtic Moon, howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome, welcome. I'm not much of a streamer, so you're going to be bored as all get out. But if you ask questions or leave comments, I may or may not respond, depending on whether or not I like it. No, I'm kidding. I will respond. So I am working in Clip Studio Paint, which is I think I have the EX version. Yeah, something like that. EX version. I've had Clip Studio Paint since it was called Manga Studio back in the day. It is an awesome software. They just keep improving and doing like all sorts of good things. Now you can export a 3D version of your book. You can have a password so that you can give it to whoever you want to give it to, and it can preview your book in a 3D format. So that was really awesome. Hey, it's Mr. Matt Flint. How you doing, Matt? Hope all is well. Hopefully you are killing the show stream, or the show circuit rather. For those of you who don't know Matt Flint, check out his work. Just look up his name on Facebook, on Instagram, and you will find his work. Matt is a phenomenal artist. Unlike my garbage. Wait, it's not garbage. Imagine if I promoted a book like that. Buy my book. It's complete garbage. Tried to convince myself I was going to go very simplistic style with this book. No. Thank you for the share and the like, Lady Celtic Moon. I have a long road ahead of me in doing this. I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping, I'm planning to do this in 3 stages, basically. The first stage is going to be completion. I want to have the book completed. That means colored, whole 9 yards, lettered. I'll be doing everything myself. I don't know if that'll change at all, but I want to have it completely done before I go into the next phase, which will be marketing. And I'm just going to push to market the book really hard, do my crowdfunding, all that jazz. And then my final stage would be delivery and distribution. While I'm trying not to bog myself down with looking at too many videos on how to crowdfund and all that jazz. I mean, the Comicsgate community has a bunch of, and non-Comicsgate community have a bunch of videos out there about crowdfunding and all that stuff. I'll look at that. I don't want to bog myself down with that right now at this stage. I just want to try to complete a 30-page book for book one. It's going to be a massive. I'm envisioning a three-book series, 30 pages approximately per book. I like Jason Brubaker's model of doing things. But my plan is to first and foremost get the book done. Have something I can, when I preview the pages on the Indiegogo, I can actually show and say, hey, you're not going to wait on production. I want it to be complete. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen my first 15 or so pages roughed out. I posted them. Netflix. Hang in there, man. A lot behind the scenes stuff that I wish wasn't going on. Yeah, I feel you. So lots of being tired and ducking down to reload myself. I hear you. Matt Ryan just finished all. Sorry, I'm getting tired and sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. Feel better? You certainly don't have to feel like you have to hang here. Get better. Don't sacrifice your health for my stuff. I'm seeing like a lot of people being successfully funded on Indiegogo, and a lot of good stuff out there. Some stuff I'm like, I just think it's time. I'm usually very down on my work. I usually don't like any of my work, as Matt can attest to. But you know what? I'm getting older. Not getting, I am older. And I just want to have a nice product that I can sell, bring to shows. If it picks up, it picks up. If it doesn't, well, at least I still have fun. Something I can be proud of and like. Try to get people like. I've had characters forever, so I'm like kind of pulling from old art, some old Liefeld looking art. Hey Matt, no problem. Thanks for stopping out. Like and share if you can, please. That helps. I don't care if I have one viewer. Eventually, maybe a fan base will grow. I'm hoping. But get some sleep, man. Talk soon. Yeah, we gotta catch up. Have you down at the house. Come down to the studio. Hang, chat. Or we can do a live stream together. Maybe do a hangout. Let me know, buddy. And Lady Celtic Moon, hopefully you'll feel better. Same Warning, please check the resolution. Current resolution is not optimal. Well, that's not good. Hey Matt, how's the resolution looking on the stream? Good, bad, indifferent? Other than my ugly mug leaning into the camera. Let's see. I'm going to click more info here, and if I lose everybody, I apologize. Video resolution. Looks fine. Maybe I'll just ignore that warning. It's the YouTubes trying to slow me down. Not cool. I guess it could be better. Thanks, Matt, for the message there. All right, have a good night, Matt. So this book will be a superhero somewhat sprinkled with a little bit of horror and conspiracy theory. It's kind of the best way I can describe it. Basically, the Earth has already been pretty much taken over. I don't want to give too much away, but the heroes that were supposed to save it utterly failed. And the story is, in the first book, is about one of the heroes, his brother, has gone missing, and he is trying to get the team back together to help find his brother. And so in the first book, you'll learn you'll be introduced to a few of the characters. They will have a little bit of a confrontation, nothing too bad. And you'll kind of get a sense of why the world is the way it is, why they failed, and then whether or not they're all going to get together to help find one of their teammates. The start of the book will be probably the first, a little slowish, but it'll build. So by the 30th page, I'm hoping that I can grab enough attention from the reader to carry them into wanting to see the next story. And then the second book will be, second book and part of the third will be them attempting to get the world back to some type of semblance of what it was. And I won't spoil whether or not it happens, or if something else happens. You will have to buy the book. Really, my goal is to just make enough to do a nice print run and maybe fund me to be able to spend more hours creating. I do work a part-time job right now. I do supplement my income. Well, my job basically covers our health insurance for the family, so there's no getting out of that. Our health insurance is really good, and I'm going to keep that. So my goal is to hopefully be able to fund myself to get paid to actually do the books. And to put out, a decent book that people will enjoy and want to read. So if you guys have any comments, questions, ideas, suggestions, throw them in the comments. If you're coming to this live stream after and checking out the book, please like and share. Try to get some friends to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. That's really the big one for YouTube. I'd like to try to build an audience that enjoys just drawing and watching me draw and chatting. I'd like to do chat. I will put other content like how-to videos. For right now, I want to really focus on getting the book started and underway. I may, in the interim, try to build a Patreon, and then using Clip Studio's new 3D publishing function, be able to give some exclusive content to people who become patrons. You know, maybe for like a $5 a month level. I need to get some music in the background. Listening to me hum may not be something everybody's into. It'd be interesting to know what some of you look for in comics. What type of stories interest you? I personally have, you know, while I don't, I don't want to say I don't collect now, but I don't collect anything new. I'm trying to build a back run of some X-Men comics. They were my favorite comics growing up as a kid. So I'm looking for 190 back. But I'm interested to know what comics that people like. Or they're comics from the big two, independents. Excuse me. So this is the original. I moved the eyeballs a little bit. The original pencils. Or not pencils, but roughs. Guess I could show that here, fresh off the scanner. How much you can see of this. Some of the roughs will go hopefully look better than this garbage. I don't know how much you can actually see of that. So it kind of looks like it starts as a Western, because one of the characters is kind of hiding in the Australian outback. And she's one of the heroes. And one of the other heroes is coming to kind of find her and talk to her. First, it doesn't go too well. And then it doesn't go too well again. Yeah, I'd be interested in knowing if you guys have if anybody has questions or. Autosave. I suppose I could have just went and started inking this direct, but I wanted to get a little bit more fine with the pencils and my roughs. Sorry if that turning on and off is annoying, but it must be done. I'd really like to do this as a hardcover. That's kind of my ultimate goal. I love hardcover books. Something about that. really want certain parts to be detailed. It's lonely. Nobody's here. I'm gonna try to get some of my Facebook people and Twitter and Instagram people to the channel. Even if it's just a subscription. Obviously, I'm not pulling the big numbers. So a little bit about myself. I am an independent, part-time independent comic book and sketch card artist. I've done a couple of small indie things. Working on several projects. I also do sketch cards for Upper Deck and Tops, so I do get to do some Marvel stuff with Upper Deck, which is nice. And I know the industry is not doing well, but you know, they're just characters that I love. So I've done like X-Men trading cards for them. I did Marvel Premiere. I did Thor Ragnarok. A bunch of different ones. The X-Men Ultra Fleer was fun. And then for Tops, they do all the Star Wars and movies type stuff. So and television shows like Stranger Things. That's one that I did in the second season. Sketch cards for that. And what else? For them, mostly Star Wars Walking Dead when it was popular. I should say when it was more popular. I guess there's still some type of popularity to it. Not much. They've really gone. That show has taken a turn. So yeah, I've done a lot of sketch card work. Done shows. Did New York Comic Con in 2016. Love doing Baltimore Comic Con. It's kind of my favorite. I'll be doing that one again in October. Did not make it into New York this year. Shows though, for me, they're either hit or miss. I either do well or not. I won't say well. I break even and do a little bit above even sometimes with commissions, like Baltimore. Baltimore tends to be a little bit more art heavy for me. Like I get a lot of commissions at that show for some reason. But it just seems that lately shows just, I had a bad run with some shows and it's just not worth the headache, really. Unless you're working for the big two, then maybe they're worth your time. Or you're established and you've been in the industry for a good number of years as a professional. But setting up and breaking down and hotel costs and whew, can be a bit much. You got to recoup that, not to mention table costs. You know, there's one show that's local where I do the badges. I help another artist do the badges for it. And we do well at that show, but there's like no overhead. So, you know, I'm not paying for a hotel. I'm not paying for the table because they comp it because we do the badges. which is nice. But really, for me, shows have kind of like, ugh. I guess once I have this done, this book done, I'll be able to, if I do shows, at least have it there to bring, and if I can build enough of a following, maybe I'll do something. But a lot of my income from art comes from commissions online. I do get a lot of commissions. Could be anything from like sketch cards to painting. Like I was doing some watercolors and I just got bombarded, which is a good thing. It's good and it's bad. It's good in that, yeah, the money is good to have because it helps keep me going with supplies and things like that. But it's bad because it eats up time. So, if I want to be working on this and I have commissions, well, it's hard. So I'm doing a little bit of sacrificing for this book. That's why I'm hoping that, once I get a Patreon up and running, I can get at least a couple of backers that'll just help with supplies. Yeah, majority, I would say, of my income at the moment comes from cards, but they don't pay well at all. Not at all. Although I do well with my artist proofs. I can sell those. So, I stepped away from the cards. Now I'm kind of going back into the cards. Just to have some backup. But I'm only going to do black and white. Normally I do color, but I'm only going to do black and white. Unfortunately for Upper Deck, I have to do color, but I've got 3 card sets on the way, which I can't announce yet. I'll announce at a later date. It's kind of cool because you do them and they get inserted into the packs and people find them. I've had people contact me after finding them. I've gotten a few commissions that way. But I did have card burnout. I did way too many. I was doing way too many sets. I was doing 100 at a set. I just got burnt, so I stopped. But now I've gotten a little wiser to it, so I'm only taking on small numbers, only doing black and white. It is getting there, slowly but surely. I think once I add the inks and the colors, it'll really have the light source coming this direction. I really don't know if anybody could ever really ink my work. I've had offers from different inkers, but I can't tighten down my art for someone else to ink over. It's weird. I don't know, it's because like I see where things are going, and I don't think that the other person necessarily see where it's going. I guess nowadays you really don't have to, in comics, have to have an inker. I mean, I'll be doing this entirely by myself, including the colors and the letters. Well, coloring and lettering, kind of, not so much coloring, but lettering will definitely be a learning curve. Um, I do have to do some research on, you know, do's and don'ts. Um, make it look like she's holding on to something there. I gotta do some computer stuff going up there. I want this area to be all black down here. Some light coming this way. Don't know if I might color the whole cover, and I might just leave it at the ink stage and then move on to the next page. But I do want something nice that I can put out and kind of promote with a little bit. Take that, turn off those pictures cycling. I forget that I have that option up. Slideshow imagery. There, so that's not as annoying. I have to purchase a good mic as well. Yeah, so some of the characters that will be in the book. We've got Shotgun Nell. It's an old character. However, we may not use her. I don't know because I have to. It's kind of a collaboration character, and I want to talk to the guy that I collaborated with to make sure he's okay with me fully using her. If not, I have another character that I can put in her place, or name, I should say, for the character. Then we got Mace, Tech, Warp, Stripe, and of course those are their code names. And they each have some unique abilities. Mace and Tech are a brother and sister. Everybody gets their powers actually from the thing that destroys the Earth. So and it's hard because I don't want to give stuff away from the book. At the same time, I know people trying to figure it out. I even thought about doing like just like throwing it up on Webtoons and just saying, let me throw it up there, and then if people really like it and they want me to create the book, then I'll create the book. I'll go ahead and I'll do that. But part of me still wants to do that, and then part of me is like, well, then I'd be giving everything away for free, which isn't a bad thing. I give a lot of art away for free. I get scolded by my other artist friends for that. You should do it a lot worse. I've gotten a lot better though. A lot of art for free. And I'll still do that from time to time. Like if somebody commissions me, I usually send them more than just the commission. I'll send like a bunch of prints with it. Only because I've got them lying around and, I want to make the customer happy. Sometimes I'll even throw an original piece of art in, especially if someone, says I love that piece, I love that piece. You just kind of get the sense that, oh, well, I know why I created it. It's for this person. Actually, that wouldn't be shadowed as much. Yep, it's getting there. Oh, that's so silly. We can do better than that. Part of what I want to do too is I want to do some videos on how to figure stuff out, some art hacks, and especially with Clip Studio. This is such a powerful program. Maybe some art tutorials. Not that I am like at all the person anyone should listen to about art. But it's always a learning process. There are so many cool Indiegogos and independent art coming out. You got Doug TeNaples doing Earthworm Jim again, as a comic. Got the rights to that, and he is killing it. Congratulations to Doug. Fantastic. Yeah, there's so many really good independent books. I can really see how it's kind of, I think, the eventual phase of comics. And I'm sure you're going to have guys like me that, can't draw stick figures, creating books. People will want to buy it. I have some fans that I know would probably pick up a copy here or there. But yeah, massive number of really good looking stuff. Some amazing artists. And then we've got Brian Shears doing his Gunship Thunder Punch. Elliot Fernandez is doing Doomkicker and Elliot. And that guy's art is top notch. Top notch. Ether Van Sciver, of course. He's got his whole Cyberfrog thing. Can't wait to get that book, see how that is. Yeah, Elliot Fernandez is doing Doom Kicker, which is, I think, a book that Doug Tanappel, got apples. He wrote it, and Elliot was doing the art. That promises to be a good book. I can't think of the guy's name. I think his first name is Alejandro, but he's doing like this. I can't even think of the book, but the name of the book, Long Harbor, I think it is. I just need to get more money to be able to buy some of these. Be able to back some of these guys. I mean, the work is definitely worth it. But I think crowdfunding and creating your own books, it's just really the future of comics. You know, I picked up a copy of Shuri. It was like Black Panther's sister, which when I went to see the movies, I thought, hey, there's a really cool character. They could really do something neat with her. Unique. But that book was just so bad. I was so disappointed. I just remember thinking, ugh, what happened? Yeah, it's just, the story wasn't that great. The art was, sorry. I mean, you know, I don't like to pick on other artists' work, but I mean, for what I thought would be a really good book, they dropped the ball. It's like, oh, maybe I can pick up a new book, and maybe this will be, no, never mind. I see some of the work that's out, and I'm like, well, at least now I can do that. So I can screw up that bad. Oh, really, I can. I used to, you know, I still do. You know, you have the dream of working for one of the big two, doing one of their books. You know, do an X-Men book, or you know, do a Spider-Man book. But I think I don't have the first. I don't know who I would even get in front of, or how, or if I even want to go that crazy. But then I think about it, and I'm like, well, I don't really own Spider-Man, or I don't really own the X-Men. Yeah, I love the characters and I love the stories. Yeah, I grew up with them, but if I were to do it now, it would be like kind of like just doing it for Marvel and not mine. You know, I'd rather create a couple of cool characters and create the stories for them. Don't get me wrong, there are really great, you know, artists out there still working for the big two. You know, I enjoy Ken Lashley's work. I think he had an incredible, he did incredible things, I thought, with the X-Men. I just really like the style. You know, obviously Sean Gordon Murphy, I love The White Knight. Although, to be honest, I never finished reading it because I just haven't taken the time. But what I started, I love it. I have a lot of, not a lot, but I have like Wake, and I have Tokyo Ghost from him, which were both phenomenal books, in my opinion. I never got Punk Rock Jesus, though. I heard that was another good one. Yeah, there are a lot of good artists that are working for the two, but majority of them, I think, the work just isn't there. So I think crowdfunding and independent comics is probably the way of the future for comics. And provided people can be civil and get along. Not tear each other down, just try to build each other up. Whoops, locked. Ah. Let's lock that again. Alright, I think I'm going to end this here. Please, if you come in later and watch the video, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please share. And then look for more videos. I'm going to try to do at least an hour a day of different things. Some might be research, some might be doing rough sketches, some might be doing some traditional work, some might be tutorials. Right now, my focus is getting the cover done for my book, and then start working on the pages. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, or you didn't, either way, leave some comments, questions, concerns. Alright, everybody, have a good night. And we are out.